Well, it's not red snapper season just yet, but a new study has some people hoping for a larger limit this year.
Yeah, you bet. The Great Red Snapper Count is a $10 million multi-year scientific study of the coveted fish in the Gulf. And according to that study, there are way more fish out there than what the government estimates.
So what does that mean for red snapper regulations? Our Hal Sherrick is finding out. You shouldn't expect changes anytime soon.
The Great Red Snapper Count was a scientific study like none that had come before. Commissioned by the Hart Research Institute through Texas A&M Corpus Christi, more than 20 scientists from all Gulf states spent years studying the bottom of the Gulf of Mexico.
Historically, we've used this, what we call bottom long line view, which you go out there and you fish on areas. Well, under the Great Red Snapper Count, there was better techniques, I believe, where there were cameras and acoustical arrays and things where you would literally count fish.
Previous estimates by federal fisheries had the red snapper population at 36 million, while the new study has the count at 110 million, a big difference. So how will that affect fishing regulations? The first step towards that happened this week. The Gulf of Mexico Fisheries Council's Science and Statistical Committee met and evaluated the new data. They voted today on their recommendation for pounds of red snapper to be split between the three sectors: commercial, charter, and recreational. Last year, the overfishing limit, or OLF number, was set at 15.5 million pounds Gulf-wide. Because of the new data, the recommendation for this year puts that number at 26.6 million pounds. That difference doesn't translate to more allowable catch, though. As you can see here, last year's acceptable biological catch, or ABC, was at 15.1 million pounds, but it's recommended to only rise slightly this year to 15.4 million pounds, only a difference of 300,000 pounds to be spread between all three sectors. Captain Tom Ard runs 4 boats out of Zeke's Landing in Orange Beach. He says neither the difference in total count nor the fact that catch limits are staying near the same surprise him.
No, National Marine Fisheries Service moves really, really slow, and they will, they'll look at that study very, very thoroughly, and it may give us better seasons or more seasons or in the future, but this year, not really.
Director of Alabama Marine Resources Scott Bannon agrees and doesn't think the committee is giving a fair recommendation to the council.
I don't think it's right. I think there are some problems with the way this came about. This will have to be reviewed again at the end of the year because this is only through 2021.
The Gulf of Mexico Fisheries Council will meet April 12th through the 15th. They will vote on those recommendations from the committee and then set regulations and quotas for this year's snapper season for recreational anglers. Now, one sector that's already been set for is for hire or charter industry for red snapper. Their season will begin June 1st and run 63 days. Reporting live in Orange Beach, Hal Sherrick, Fox 10 News.